Hey, how you doing today? I am Tequila Coleman. In today's video, I want to talk to my God-ordained spouses and make sure that you are preparing like the wise virgins in the Bible. So last night, after I finished up this project I was working on all week, I just sat with the Lord and I say, okay, God, what is it that you want, to say to me? What is it? What is the message? Come on, speak to me. Your servant is listening. I'm all ears, right? And so as I began to just surrender and wait on the Lord to speak to me, because I don't like to open up my Bible and just start reading. No, I like to read the Bible for a purpose, right? I need God to guide me into this message, right? And so God placed on my spirit, the five virgins and the five wise virgins and the five foolish virgins. So I said, okay, let me see. It's a message over here that God is trying to convey to me, right? And so in the book of Matthew, chapter 25, is where it talks about the parable of the 10 virgins, right? And so as I began to read it, right, because let me just say this, because as I began to read, about the virgins, right, the five wise virgin and the five foolish virgin, it began to make sense, right, of what God was speaking to me, because He's basically speaking to me, continue to prepare, right. For some of us, we are in our preparation season, right? For some of you, you have already stepped into harvest time, right? It's go time, right? Any day now, okay? Your promise is going to show up. And so God, because He's such a good Father, He's like, I don't want you to be unprepared when the promise show up. I want you to be ready, right? When the promise show up, that's not the time for you to get ready. You got to stay ready, right? And so He is calling for His God-ordained spouses to make sure you are prepared, right? You got to prepare purposely, okay? You have to be intentional during this time of your preparation. What is God telling you to do? Do it, okay? Because God has already given me my instructions, so I'm over here preparing, right? It's like God has me in a season of preparation and rest. So, but I'm also moving, okay? Don't get it twisted. I'm also over here moving because He has given me some projects that I have to get done and complete. And I can feel His sense of urgency pressing on my spirit. And so I want to read this chapter. Well, I'm going to read about the parable of the 10 virgins. Just pull out, just some of these things, because it was just so good as I was reading this last night. So in the book of Matthew, chapter 25, it talks about the parable of the 10 virgins. Now, it say, at that time, the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. So number one, okay, these 10 virgins, they went out to meet the bridegroom. So they already knew, okay, that they were going somewhere to meet, right, the bridegroom, okay? So it wasn't like they were just going somewhere, not sure, what they were going to encounter. They knew we going out to meet the bridegroom, right? Verse number 2, 5 of them were foolish and 5 were wise. The foolish ones took their lamps, but did not take any oil with them. Let me tell you something. You want to know why they didn't take any oil with them? Because they felt like in their mind, oh, we got time to prepare. We could always come on back here and get some more oil, right? And for some of you, my God-ordained spouses who are standing for this God-ordained love story to come back together full circle, for some of you, you're sitting down, you think you have time, left. You think in your mindset, it's like, okay, well, I got time, you're procrastinating right now, you're overlooking what God is telling you to do, and in your mind, somewhere in your mind, you're telling yourself, well, when I see it, then I get ready. That's the wrong mindset, okay? You have to get ready right now, because opportunity, when it presents itself, if you are not ready, it will pass you up, okay? So this is the time. If God is telling you prepare, you want to get up and prepare. You want to push past that procrastination spirit and begin to work, okay? It's go time. That's all I keep hearing. It's go time. It's go time, right? So let's continue to read. Verse 4, the wise, however, took oil in jars with an S at the end. Let me tell you something. They were so wise. They said, we're not going to just take extra oil, okay? We're not just taking one oil. We're going to take extra, okay? Because they knew that they were going to meet the bridegroom, but they were filled with so much wisdom to where they said, well, we don't know when, but we do know He's coming. So let's take extra, right? Let's over prepare, okay? You know, there is a such thing as over preparing, right? I was asking the Lord the other day, I was like, God, it just feel like I'm over preparing. You know, I'm like, I'm just doing all this stuff, you know, and God is like, no, you're not over preparing. This is how I want you to operate, Tequila, right? You know, I am really in my zone right now and I feel it, you know? And so let's get back to this. So the wise, however, took oil in jars along with their lamps. Verse 5, the bridegroom was a long time in coming, and they all became drowsy and fell asleep. And so this is, let me tell you something. This thing spoke to me so good last night. The bridegroom was a long time in coming. For some of you, you've been standing for this promise for a long time. And because it's been a long time, this is the reason why you feel like you have time, you know, to wait. This is why you're procrastinating, because you're like, oh, well, see, somewhere in your mind, you already came up with your timeline or your time frame when God is going to do this. But let me tell you something. We serve a God of suddenly, okay? God, he is he is a God of unexpected, okay? I mean, God will show up when you least expect it, okay? This is why you have to prepare. And so, verse 6, at midnight, the cry rang out, here's the bridegroom, come out to meet him. At midnight, a time you're not expecting. Who's expecting to meet the bridegroom at midnight? Usually at midnight, you're asleep. At midnight, you know, you're winding down. You in the bed. You know, for my night owl, you know, like myself, you know, I probably don't get to bed till around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. But at midnight is not a time when you are expecting to meet the bridegroom. And this is what the Lord is telling you. Get ready. Your time frame, your ways is not God's way. Your thoughts are not God's frame. Your time frame is not God's time frame, okay? Get ready, because it's going to happen when you least expect it. It's coming sooner than expected, okay? Let me tell you something. I ordered something from Amazon, and my package was supposed to arrive on Sunday. And it was Wednesday. And I get an email from Amazon saying your package is scheduled to arrive a little early on Friday. That thing blessed my soul, my socks off, okay? When I read that, because I just saw it in the spirit, it said your package is arriving sooner than expected, and it had Friday with the date and time. Well, not the time, but it just had the date. And I just saw it in the spirit. I said, oh, Lord, you better come on and preach this word to me, God. You know, and that's what the Lord is saying. Your package, this promise, is coming sooner than expected. So get ready, okay? Get ready. And so it say, at midnight, the cry rang out, here's the bridegroom, come out to meet him. Then all the virgins woke up and trimmed their lamps. The foolish ones said to the wise, give us some of your oil. Our lamps are going out. Come on now. Do not prepare like a foolish virgin, okay? Verse 9, no, they replied, there may not be enough for both of us and you. Instead, go to those who sell oil and buy some for yourselves. Here's what I'm getting to, verse number 10. But while they were on their way to buy the oil, talking about the foolish virgin, the bridegroom arrived. The virgins who were ready went in with him to the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. When opportunity presents itself, you better make sure you're ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Prepare now. What is God telling you to do? Do it. Stop telling yourself, oh, I could do it tomorrow. Stop pushing it off until later and do it now. Now is the time to build. Now is the time to work. Get up, shake off that procrastination, and do what God is telling you to do. Okay? So that is it. I am Tequila Coleman. I'll talk to you all real soon. Take care.